Right, if you're watching on YouTube, welcome back to another FM save. We are here with my completely outrageous and quite frankly irresponsible chat. Looking at a couple of you in particular. Um, ready to start a brand new football manager save. I would let chat say hi, but I don't trust them. I don't trust you guys. I don't trust you. Hi Dan. Um, this is a Gloryhunter save. We've not done one in a while. I love the Gloryhunter save. Shout out to Dr. Benji. He's the one that I introduced Gloryhunter to the FM community, to be honest. And since then, people have done iterations of it. We actually did an alternate Gloryhunter at one point where we were trying to win the top leagues in the likes of Portugal, Netherlands, etc. And that was really fun. But this one's just going to be your kind of bog standard Gloryhunter. I'm going to go through the rules and the stipulations. We've got some interesting twists to make it a little bit different and a little bit more variety. But ultimately, the concept is the same. Okay, so for both chat and for those of you watching on YouTube, the rules of Gloryhunter, for those that don't know, the objective is to try and win the following trophies during the entirety of our save. Now, sometimes you can put time constraints on it. 20 seasons is kind of the traditional way of doing it. I don't know if we're going to do a time constraint. We're just going to see how long it takes us to hopefully complete this challenge. But we're looking to win the top division and the top domestic cup in England, France, Germany, Italy, and Spain. In addition to that, we're also going to try and win the Champions League, the Europa League, and the UEFA Conference League. We may even stretch and try and do the Euros and World Cup, but I'm not too interested because international football, let's face it, sucks on FM24. But FM26 is going to fix that. Let's just get on through the core rules of this save. So, our club selection. I'll just explain how we selected the club that we're going to start at. And then in a little while, we'll just kind of reveal it. Some of you have been in chat, already know what it is. For the YouTube viewers, you may be able to work it out from the little screen in the corner there. But essentially, we randomized which club we're starting at. We took all 5 top leagues. We removed the 2 recent champions from each of the top leagues, and then we randomized from what was left. So we could have got Arsenal, we could have got Leipzig, we could have got Sassuolo, we could have got Real Sociedad. It was completely random. And then I put 4 options on a poll, which we ran on the Discord and on Twitter, and I let people vote for it, and we have an outright winner. So that's how we selected it. If you're going to play along with this yourselves, then feel free to do the same. We can only spend a maximum of 4 seasons at a club. Now, realistically, we're probably not going to spend more than 4 seasons at a club, and if we do, then we're going to struggle. But that is the limit. 4 seasons, and then we have to leave that club and move on. We cannot return to a previously managed club either. If we get sacked, we have to spin a punishment wheel. If we win a cup, it could be any cup or any cup, trophy, shield, whatever. We get to spin a reward wheel, and there are lots of cool things on there, which we'll get to in a little while. And again, we'll try and keep realistic transfers going. We'll try not to do your classic, let's sign Ronnie Bargy as quick as we can. We'll try and keep a little bit of variety, and hopefully the punishments and the rewards will help do that as well. Something else which we're going to do is something that I want you guys to get involved with. This will be for the Twitch chat. When it comes to selecting a new job, we will put out a poll, and again, we'll do it in chat. We might do it on Discord, we might do it on Twitter. It might be a quick thing during the stream, or it might be, we do a poll for 24 hours, and I will allow you to vote for which club we move to. Obviously, I will pick the options, so we're not moving to a crap club, but there will be options for you to vote for, and you essentially control our destiny. Okay, so in an effort to kind of keep this or give this series as much variety as possible, every transfer window will be spinning a transfer wheel. So, in the summer and in January, we'll spin the transfer wheel, and we have the following options. We could sign a player over 33 years old. We might have to sign a free agent, or only sign free agents. We can only sign from our current league. We might have to sell our current top scorer. Max 2 transfers, no signings, there's so many things, so many options to choose from, and that should give us a little bit of variety and make the transfer windows really interesting. As far as the punishment wheel goes, there's all sorts on there. Chat picks my tactic. Ban the top 3 players. Start the next club with a youth intake for the first season. That's tough. That is tough. And then, of course, we've got the rewards wheel, which we've got some amazing things on there. We've got Wonder Kids unlock. We've got putting iconic real life veterans into the game. Wildcard transfers, youth glory, lots of new things, facility upgrades. So I'm hoping that will also give us a little bit of a boost at times. Right, I think it's finally time to get into who we're starting out as. Again, we had the polls on Twitter, we had the poll in Discord, and there were a few options. RB Leipzig was one of the options. I think we had Leon. Leon was going to be an option, but then it wasn't. But ultimately, the club that was voted for was RC Strasbourg. And of course, the person to take us into this challenge is none other than Gary Northgate, a channel legend, a football manager legend, I would say. So we, yeah, starting out with Strasbourg, media prediction 11th. We couldn't go with a more kind of like vanilla club. They're not in danger, I wouldn't say, of being relegated in any way, but also they're kind of on the cusp of, can they push for Europe? Maybe, but it's gonna be an interesting save. I've never ever managed Strasbourg. I've not managed in the French league all that much, to be completely honest, but I'm looking forward to this one. All right, I think this is going to be our starting lineup. It's a very young team. I don't know what the average age is. If I just looking at the numbers, I guess that the average age of this squad is about 21, 22 potentially. It is a very young squad. Quite a few players on loan from Chelsea, Southampton, and Brighton. So a lot of Premier League imports, but some very handy players. I think I really like I always get his name wrong. Omabamadile. He's a great centre back. I'm really happy they've got him. I had no idea he played for Strasbourg last year or year before, whenever that was. But that's pretty cool. Abakar Silla looks like a class player. Petrovic, we know Petrovic is decent. Bakwa looks good. Emmanuel Omega looks like a very good striker. Quite quick as well, so I'm interested to see how he gets on this season. What I would say is we're looking a little bit short in central midfield. I think if we get any kind of injuries to Santos or Diarra, I think we're going to be really struggling. I can't remember if I enabled the first transfer window. I think I did. So we might have to spin the transfer wheel and see just what we're going to do. I'm hoping we can sign a centre mid. I've not looked at the youngsters yet. Is there anyone in the second team that's kind of decent? We have got a midfielder, Felix Lemarechal. Might be an option. We've got him. We've got Lorenzo Dupuy, who could also play in like the 10 position. Also might be an option if we can't get anyone, that is. And then in the under-19s, there's no one really ready to make that step up. All right, the season preview has us at 13th. We are 200 to 1 to win the league. Of course, PSG are odds-on favourites, followed by Marseille, Monaco, Lyon. I want to hit. Do you know what? Part of me wonders if FM knew what was going to happen to Lyon, because traditionally Lyon tend to do quite poorly in my saves and get relegated. Obviously, they've ran into some difficulties, I think financially, but I think that's been reversed from what I hear. I think I saw that somewhere on social media. But we're predicted to finish 13th, so it's going to be a tricky challenge for us to get started on the Gloryhunter. Let's have a look at our schedule. Okay, we start off against Saint Etienne, which I think is I think that's a decent opening. We've got Etienne, Auxerre, who I think aren't particularly great. Nantes, then we play Lille. That'll be a tough game. Marseille, Lens, Monaco. So September will be a tough old month for us. Friendlies, just against nobodies really. I guess we get into it. I might see if I need to decide or figure out rather if we did enable the first transfer window. I think I did. So I guess the first thing to do, is set up our scouts. Let's go set up our scouts and our staff, and then we'll start having a look at a potentially a couple of centre mid options. All right, so this is going to be the transfer wheel, and like I said in the rules, we spin this once in the summer, and we'll spin this once in the winter transfer window as well, and it'll basically determine what we're going to do. So these are the options. We could either sign players over 33 years old, only sign free agents. We have to sell our current top scorer, only sign from the current league. Chat picks a position, and we can only sign players in that position for the transfer window. So we can only sign regens under 18. We can only make 2 transfers total. No signing, so like a transfer embargo. Re-sign a former player if possible. Or we do a scout report roulette where we'll pick a scout at random, and then we will pick a player at random that they have scouted. And we have to make an attempt to try and sign them. So I think there's a 0 there. Don't need that there. I think without further ado, let's give it a shuffle. And for the first time in the series, let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see what we are going to be doing in the summer transfer window. Again, assuming that I can make transfers. I think I can. Okay, it's not the worst one. Max 2 transfers. So we're going to have to pick really, really carefully. Okay, it could have been worse. I'll take it. I'll take it. Well, we found the answer to our question. We can't even make transfers in this window. So we're going to have to just wait until January. We'll spin the wheel again in January. We are kind of stuck with the team we've got. Let's just hope we don't get any injuries to our centre mids. I think for now, the logical thing to do is promote... where is he? I think we'll promote Felix to the first team and make use of him. And then if needs be, we can always call on Adonis, who can play DM. Maybe Lorenzo as well, who can play in the hole. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do. I mean, he's not a terrible player. He's got good potential as well. Or decent potential. Let's see. He's an option. Hopefully not an option we have to call on too many times throughout the save. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves to the players. Let's talk about the campaign ahead. I think let's go for top half. That's unrealistic. You're setting us up to fail. I mean, good to know where we're at in terms of our mentality. Let's just end the conversation there. I think it's a good start. Good start. We're going to Switzerland for our training camp. Maybe I'll take the boys skiing and we can improve morale a little bit around the squad. What a win that is. 6-0 against Juventus. Why have Juventus? It's fine. We won 6-0 against Juventus. What a start. Good job, guys. Who scored? Dion. Omega got a couple. Andre Santos got one. Did Omega get a hat-trick? Oh, wait, no. Barker got one. And Dion doubled his tally late on. Not a bad little preseason fixture, that. We will take that. Oh, look who's turned up already in our save. Thierry Henry is now the Rems manager. All right, could be rivals in the league, to be honest. Who are our rivals? I don't even know. Let's have a look. Club info. Overview. No. Where do I find my rivals? Ah, here we go. Metz and Nancy. We've got a fierce rivalry against FC Metz. All right, I think we'll be pretty close to Rems in the league, though. All right, I think we're going to end episode 1 there. We've got our intro. We've done the rules. We figured out we can't make transfers until the winter, which is fine. We'll spin the wheel again. We've cracked through a little bit of pre-season on stream. The season is just around the corner for us. Again, I think the first 3 games are winnable. September's going to be a tough month. And then in October, we get rest. Stop it. So looking forward to that. If you have enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.